Thank you so
All right.
much.
So good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a good weekend, Super Bowl weekend. So I hope your team won. As like last week, we're gonna do something in this week's meeting in reverse. We're gonna hand it over to Anthony to introduce Frank Herrera, and then we'll commence our meeting, our regular meeting, just after that, like about 10:30 or so. All right. Okay, Anthony, take it over.
Thank you so much, Ruben. So last week we talked a lot about social media and how important that is to our branding. As a realtor, as a professional in the real estate world, people don't have time to do the due diligence on you. Either they make a decision on to work with you or not. Some people might take the time to Google you, and your name might pop off in different avenues, different platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, Zillow, things like that. So I'm gonna have Frank cover social media a little bit again, and it's an honor to have Frank on our meeting. For those who are just joining us today, he's a Tom Ferry coach. He's a top producer. He's just an amazing soul. So no further ado, I want to bring on Frank, and he's gonna go ahead and coach us today. Frank, the floor is yours.
Well, I really appreciate it, Anthony. It's good to see everybody again. Exciting, and I always love helping and talking to new agents. One of the things, Anthony, do you know if I have the opportunity to share my screen or no? I see it down at the bottom. Can I do it, or is that a problem? Okay, I want to make sure I could.
I think you can do that. Yeah, we already
Okay, cool.
gave you a co-host.
Yeah, I think it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. It looks like I'm disabled from being able to share it, so I don't know if that's something. If not, it's okay. But
would you be able to give Frank some the host access
permission?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Ruben,
How's that, Frank?
Let's see. Give me 1 sec.
You should be able to.
Yeah, it's still saying that it's still not able to.
Go to participants. And then go to his name. Okay.
No big deal. Oh, here we go. Oh, now I can. All right.
Okay.
All right. So what I wanted to talk about today specifically was Instagram. And I thought we could start with, this case study, because I think it's a really good example for everybody to get an idea of just anybody who wants to improve on Instagram. So for those of you that do use Instagram, vertical video on Instagram is something that's really important, and we call those reels, okay? And so I thought we could go through this case study because I think it's a really good example of someone who started off very small and was able to do something really, really impressive. So this guy, Jeffrey, he's been in real estate 6 years, and he did 22 transactions in 2021, tells you his volume and his GCI here, okay? So I'm just gonna click through these because I think it's a really good example. So as of June, his followers were 33,000. 33,000. In the last 90 days, this is what he did, but we'll get back to this because I don't want to start there. So basically, this is just kind of why Instagram Reels. Did you guys know that 9 out of every 10 Instagram users watch videos each week? Obviously, video is a really big deal. And if you're not leveraging your video, then you're not optimizing your social media, which we talked a little bit about last week, to promote your brand. This is a really great way for you guys to all promote your brand. So if you're releasing content consistently and sending it to anybody you know, then it's working for you behind the scenes. I like to say while you're sleeping. And that gets me excited because when something is out there working for me while I'm doing other things, I love that. That gets me super excited. So this is what I think is, these are the interesting pieces of this. So Jeffrey basically created his Instagram account on August of 2021 after Tom Ferry had laid out a challenge for everybody of doing 30 questions in 30 days. Now, that's another actual side thing you can do. I had a lot of my clients do, they had a lot of success. So they did 30 videos in 30 days. And they answered 30 questions. So they came up with them themselves, or they had people ask them questions and then they answered them on social. He casually posted until December. So from August to December, his account grew to 260 people. Okay. 260, which is not a lot on Instagram. Okay. So, and then he said to himself, you know what? I'm going to commit to posting a couple posts per week. And from those posts, he grew from 260 to 585. And he did this from December of 21 to March of 22. Okay. So just a couple months, roughly 3. So for 3 months, he said, I'm going to post 3 times, didn't do reels, just did 3 posts a week. All right. Then he saw his followers increase almost 3-fold from March 7th to March 14th, where he committed to doing 1 reel a day. Okay. After doing 1 reel a day, as of June 22nd or June of 2022, he had 33,000 followers in 3 months. If I said to you, you could grow your Instagram to 33,000 followers just from where you are today. Now, we're not saying that's exactly what would happen. We don't know. But could you challenge yourself to do something like this? Could you challenge yourself to doing a reel a day? And if it's not a reel a day because you're not even doing Instagram right now, that's okay. What could you challenge yourself to do? Could you do a reel a week and then up it to 2 a week and then 3 a week until you were doing a reel a day? What could you do that would challenge yourself a little bit? I always talk about this. You always should be a little bit uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing. So where are you growing in the social media realm? A lot of people are uncomfortable with social because they're not used to doing it. They didn't grow up with it. They don't know what to say. They don't feel comfortable on video. They want to make sure it sounds and looks perfect. But what we know is done is better than perfect. And that's what I want all of you to focus on. Now, for Jeffrey, he kind of looks at his videos as soldiers in his army. You know, some of his videos are still being shared weeks or months after they're released. But it's just basically, it's easy to prepare for a video a day. So I'm going to go through his strategy so you have some idea. And then I'm going to talk about a strategy all of you can use for any of your social media to help you a little bit. So what Jeffrey did, how many of you have heard of the website answerthepublic.com? Anybody? There's a website out there called answerthepublic.com, and it tells you the questions people are asking, and then it gives you some direction on where you might want to create content around. So if you want to know the most pressing questions that people are trying to figure out, go to answerthepublic.com, and it will tell you when you're going towards the real estate side of things, it'll tell you the questions people have. You can also study other Instagram accounts in, I hate to say the word steal, but you can, what we call R&D, rip off and duplicate. Look at other people's, when you're doing social and you're doing YouTube or you're looking at reels, my advice to everybody is always go and find somebody that is doing it and then see what has the most views. Don't reinvent the wheel. Start where somebody else already is that's having success. And then you don't want to try, you want to try not to speak for specific areas or demographics too often. You know, general content usually performs better is what we say. This is another strategy that works really well. So you use Answer the Public to find, or you can go to Google Trends. Google Trends is always a good website to go to too. But batching an entire month's worth of video in a single day. A large portion of the problem with any social posting, not just Instagram Reels, a lot of this applies to everything. Part of the difficulty for them is that they don't know what to post and they're thinking of it the day they want to post it. So if you're going to post something, come up with the ideas, go to Answer the Public, find the top 25 or 30 topics. There's your whole month. Then sit down and shoot the reels. We're talking 30 seconds a piece. These are not long videos. They're very quick. And you can do them all in one day in a couple hours. And then you're done. And then all you have to do is have them edited and dissected. So very easy. And if you're talking about, hey, Frank, you know, one of the things I'm thinking about is where would I get my stuff edited? Just so all of you know, if you don't have somebody that you can go to in the office, you can always go to Fiverr, Upwork, or Thumbtack. Those are 3 great websites where you can find freelancers who will do editing on video or put captions or whatever you need done for your video. Jeffrey spends about 8 hours one day a month to batch shoot his videos. And he doesn't auto schedule his videos or follow a planned calendar. Now that I might disagree with for some of you. Some of you it would be better to use a calendar, a social media calendar, what days you want to post. And you might want to auto schedule because I like auto scheduling. I do that with our YouTube videos. They're ready to go. So on Friday at 4, our YouTube videos post and I don't have to do anything. We just have them ready to go in the queue. He likes to decide each day, well, I'm feeling like people have a lot of questions about interest rates. So I'm going to go back and look at that reel I did on interest rates and I'm going to post that today. So he kind of gauges how he feels that day and what's in the media. And you can do that, but I think most of us would rather just auto schedule it and be done with it. So I don't know that it's that big of a deal to just auto schedule. So something to think about. We talk about getting the tone and the technical aspects right. You know, Instagram's algorithm does not boost based on content, but it does on lighting and audio quality. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I will be honest. Almost everything I do or we do for real estate on our videos, on our YouTube channel, it's almost always done with a phone and a ring light. Behind me, I don't know if you guys saw me when I got on today, I didn't have my green screen picture up. So you saw the actual green screen. This is a green screen in case you guys were wondering if I was standing on the beach with my desk. I'm not on a beach. I have a green screen behind me, but it's real easy to turn off and on. And so, you know, a ring light, a green screen, and your cell phone is really all you need to do video nowadays. And that's what's great about it. He doesn't use a script for shorter videos, and instead he speaks casually as if he's having a conversation with the audience. And the shorter the content, it tends to perform better. So he likes to say he leverages one piece of content for another. So he has a link tree. Does anybody here know what a link tree is? I think I might have touched on this last time, but link tree is basically one link where it takes you to all your other links. So some like Instagram just wants you to have one link. So if you put a Linktree link, what you can do is you go to Linktree and you put your Instagram, your YouTube, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, all those links on there. And then it creates one link that people can click on and it takes them to all your other links. So you can go to Linktree to create a one link for all those other ones. And then when he writes a script that's on an important topic that runs a little too long but reads well, he'll cut the video down to its most basic element for the video. And then he'll put a more detailed explanation in the video description. So that's what he does when it's a little longer than normal. So let's talk about tracking. How do you know if you do an Instagram reel? Hey, Frank, how do I know that this is even working? How do I know that it's it's performing the way it's supposed to perform? There's 3 data points, which will tell you the biggest things that are going well based on your video's performance. 1 is engagement, 2 is followers, and 3 is attribution. So if people are engaging, then the content is resonating. Simple as that, right? If people are watching it and sharing it and commenting, clearly it's working. Followers. Growth in followers is probably one of the clearest indicators that your content is relevant. So if you start gaining followers, that's good too. And then every time a new lead contacts you, you always have to make sure, what can I attribute the lead to? This is marketing 101. So I don't care. It doesn't matter what you do. You need to get in the habit of asking people, if you don't already, how did you find us? How did you hear about me? It's like if you did an open house and someone walked in, where are you coming from? How did you hear about the open house? You got to find out where and how they found out about you so you can make sure that you're tracking or attributing where that lead came to. Because if you're going to keep spending money on your business, we need to know where it's coming from. Because if you find out 78% of your business is coming from one lead source, then next year, guess what I'm going to do? I'm doubling down on that lead source and I'm not going to spend it as much on some other sources that aren't paying me off, right? So you have to know where your business is coming from. Okay, so I have some examples here of some videos that I can play. It might help you get a good idea, but this is like perfect example of a video. So I'll play one just to kind of show you guys, see if I can get it to click. I may not be able to. Yeah, I may not be able to. Let me see if this one works. Yeah, it may not work. Maybe these ones do. One of these does. I don't know. Okay, that's okay. So I thought I'd try and see if they can. So let's talk about some things that you can do right now. All right. So these, if you guys want to find his videos, just go to Jeffrey Sable on Instagram and you can watch his videos and you can see who I'm talking about. So he says, and this is the 3 things that I think are best to do. Set an appointment with yourself at the beginning of every month and batch film everything. So you can batch film everything. You can set an appointment with yourself. I'll send these slides to Anthony so you guys can get them, by the way. So don't feel if I'm going too fast, no problem. I'll send these slides over. Go all in on Reels. Now, I think that video is the way to go. And there's 2 forms like I talked about last week. You have vertical, which is like a reel, and then you have YouTube, which is horizontal. My recommendation, if you are okay doing video and you do want to do video, I would do both. I would do horizontal and I would do vertical. So YouTube is horizontal, Reels are vertical. The nice thing about the vertical is also that you can do those vertical videos on TikTok and other sites that also have vertical video. But I think it's a really good place to go. And they're not long videos. And then give it time. Don't judge it right away. Most of Jeffrey's top videos took off after 10 to 15 days and then consistently got traffic for a few weeks. So it doesn't happen right away. This is more just about what Jeffrey's going to do moving forward. He's making some changes in what he's doing. I don't know that that's really the most important thing. So I think the number one thing for you guys to remember is just making sure that you have a system for your Reels. And I think that the big lesson here is, what's the challenge? Where are you guys comfortable and how can you be uncomfortable? Where can you make a challenge for yourself? And I would argue that if it's not Reels, it could be anything. What if you just scheduled yourself for posts in a week? Another thing that I wanted to talk about was content. So a system to come up with content so you have enough to post on all your social channels. So one of the things that I tell everybody to do is, what are the things that you're interested in? And then create buckets. So let's say that, like for me, it might be working out, it might be hanging out with my family, real estate, coaching, like there's 4 or 5 buckets right there, right? So I would create these buckets. I would create a folder in a Dropbox file or somewhere of that nature. And then as I go through my day, as I go through my month, I would take the content that I have, whether it's video or pictures. Now we got to remember to do videos and pictures. And I think that's a lot of times some of the issues that I find. Sometimes people find they say, oh, well, I never think to do it. So you got to kind of take some time each day. And that's where your schedule comes in, which we'll talk about in a minute. But have these buckets and then say, okay, I'm going to take pictures and video as I go through my week or my month. And I'm going to constantly add pictures and video that have to do with these topics. Then as you go through the month, you have content that you can pull from where you can make a post or you can put a video out. So have these different folders and they're just different buckets on what goes on in your life. I always say this because this is really important. What we say to our clients are, Anthony mentioned Google when I first got on. What's so great about Google is if you have a Google profile, if you don't have one, you all should have one. But if you do or you don't, one of the most important things about a Google profile is letting the world see what you're interested in. If I'm Googling a real estate agent or I'm trying to find somebody in an area and I see that I found an agent and under his profile, he's on a Harley Davidson and I have a Harley Davidson, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, this guy drives a Harley too. Why would I go talk to another agent? I've got something in common with him, but I don't know it if you don't post it. If you like, multi-poos, then put pictures of your multi-poos on there, right? If you like to work out, if you like to hike, if you like whatever, you like to play chess, whatever the thing is, post about that. Put that out there so the world can see. One of the most common questions I get is, well, what if somebody doesn't like this thing that I do? And then what I say is, that's good for you because you're filtering out the people that you don't want to work with. If someone likes what you like, that's the kind of customer you want. That's what I love about social. That's what we are so appreciative of for social. We put stuff out and people watch all of our YouTube videos, but the only people that call us are the people that are just like us. That's what's so great about it. Because if they watch our video and they go, I don't like them, that saves me so much time and hassle. Now I don't have to deal with that person when they call me. So they can go find somebody that they like. But the people that call are like, oh, I like them. They're just like us. I like this. This is what they do, whatever. So I post the things that I like on my social. And if you call me, then I know you probably have a lot of things in common, or at least something. So the goal is to find your tribe, right? Like attracts like. So put out there what you're interested in, and then you will attract more people in turn that are just like you. All right. I gave you guys a lot of info. What questions so far? Is there any questions on anything I just talked about on content or how to do it or attracting your tribe?
I
Frank,
got a question
Frank,
on behalf of the agents. So you talked
Yeah.
about attracting your tribe and creating that avatar, if you will, right?
Yep.
Who is your ideal avatar as the client? So I want
Question.
to answer this question on behalf of one of the agents. She is into bicycling, working out. So would you suggest her creating her reels, her content geared towards the people that are into fitness and creating that kind of connection where that could be my potential clientele?
I think that's a great idea. I think I would still do real estate too, right? But I think, look, you want people to know you're an agent, but you don't want to shove it down their throat. So I think, hey, I'm an agent. You're throwing that in every once in a while, but then it's, hey, I went on this bike ride. Hey, I work out, I'm really into fitness. You're obviously I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, she's into fitness, and I'm not, so I'm not going to call her. That's the good thing about fitness, but mostly I think it's going to be good. So I would definitely post on the cycling, the fitness, and throw some real estate in there for sure. And I think another thing that everybody always forgets, some people are like, well, I don't really know. I just work and then I go home and it's like they can't think of the things they want to talk about. And I say, then document the journey. Document the journey you're on. Like what's going on in your life that you can document, especially for newer agents. Hey, talk about what you're doing now and that journey that you're on, the good things and the bad. People want to watch that. It's like reality TV. So they're just they want to be interested in what you're doing and what's going on. It's a great question.
Awesome. Another question that popped up
Frank,
is, can you repeat the 3 companies that have freelancing video editors? I know Fiverr is one. What are the other 2, Frank?
Yeah, Upwork and Thumbtack. So
Upwork.
sometimes when I go and I travel, I need a videographer to film all the things that I'm doing. So if I go to an event or I'm out, maybe presenting or whatever, I'll go through Thumbtack and I'll interview people in another state on Zoom. And then I'll see what I think. I'll have them send me their material and then I'll pick one. And I usually have a lot of success with that. So, in this day and age, use it to your advantage. But Thumbtack, Upwork, and Fiverr are just 3. There's probably more. Those are 3 that I'm thinking of right now. But all of them can help you. And they have ratings so you can check it out. And you can interview them online. But it's a great way to, to piecemeal work so you don't have to commit to a salary or a full-time employee. And then you can have them and you start forming relationships. And I've done that for years.
Frank, I was wondering how much time that Jeff put in for his commitment to do this campaigns.
He spent 8 hours a day, 1 day a month.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No. So if you think about it, okay, so let's look at it this way. If I didn't batch film, right? And I just did it like this, and we all can relate to this. If I got up today and then all day I was stressing about what am I going to post and what am I going to say and when am I going to do it? We all know that's probably going to take more than an hour of my day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then if you do that every day you go to work, that's over 20 hours a month. You're stressing and wondering what you're going to film and how it looks and all this stuff. He spent 8 hours and just banged it out.
I see.
So
Okay.
put the camera on and boom, you just record, and you just do them. And then it's it. Now, are you going to love them when you do them the first time? No, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. Put it out there anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Action. You have to take massive action if you want to have something. And if you want something you've never had, you have to do things you've never done. So if all of you want a lot more followers and attention on social or video, then you have to take action and you have to put yourself out there. And I promise you, there are lots of people who want to see what each of you individually have going on in your lives, because you all have something. You all have something unique about you, but you have to be willing to share it with people. You're all special in your own way. So nobody should not be posting. You'll just attract the people that are just like you, and that's a good thing.
Now, then you have inevitably you have comments or your questions about your video that you put up. But is it very time consuming to respond to them, or?
Well, it depends. I mean, when you first post, I mean, I remember when I first started posting, the only person liking my stuff was my mom. So that wasn't hard. I would, hey mom, thanks for, my mom still comments on everything. She's like, you're amazing. And I'm like, thanks mom. It's still kind of awkward, but she does. And I'm like, whatever, it's fine. So look, there in the beginning, it's going to be a couple. After that, it'll start to grow. I don't know that you'll ever be overwhelmed, but eventually maybe. So I think do it until you can't. And then hopefully maybe you get busy enough to have a virtual assistant that you can maybe have assigned to responding to your comments if it gets to be that busy. There's always a solution, but don't let a problem that you haven't faced yet stop you from doing something now. Meaning, not saying you're doing this, but if you're like, oh, I don't want to post because then I'll get so many comments that I won't be able to handle it. Don't do that to yourself yet. I hope you get there, and you could right off the bat, but when you get there, I will help you figure out the solution. But focus on posting first and just generating activity, but it's a good question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? These are all good questions.
I might have a dumb question.
No
When
dumb
we
questions.
post, I know, just stupid answers. When we post, how long does the post stay on there? Like what I posted today, a year from now, might not be relevant. So is it still going to be on the internet?
It will be. And but here's the thing. Does anybody know the lifespan of a post on social nowadays? It's about 72 hours.
Okay.
So you post something, nobody cares. Most likely nobody's going to care pretty quick anyway, but 72 hours is about the max you're going to get. And mostly because here's what's funny. We all go to post and we say, oh my gosh, no one is going to care about what I'm about to post, or no one's going to like this, or this looks stupid, or no, whatever, right? But here's the funny part. Unfortunately, here's the sad truth. No one cares about your post because they have so many things going on in their own lives. Do you know how many? I think about it all the time. I'd love to think that people actually care about my post, but most don't because they're doing this. They have their phone and they're like, they might stop every couple scrolls. They just don't care about you. No one cares about me. It's crazy. Do you know how much, I should tell you how much money Tom Ferry spends a month to get attention. You would not believe it. But even then, there's people out there that are still unaware of who he is. It's unbelievable in our business. So my point is, you can spend tons of money and time, and there's still going to be a ton of people who won't see it and people who don't care. So don't you worry about it. There's so much content out there. For you to even get seen is going to be very difficult. So you just focus on posting and be you.
Great advice, Frank. And I would advise everyone, and Frank, I don't know if you concur, is be your market celebrity. Like concentrate on your market. So if your market is Monterey Park, Arcadia, be that local celebrity, know your market, do your reels, target towards that market, hashtag it, location, things like that. So I don't know if that's something that you suggest as well, Frank.
I think it's great advice. And I think what a lot of people have a tough time with is you can get national stats. Like if you went to KCM, Keeping Current Matters, they're a great site, or any place. Ivy Zellman's a great one to follow if you want super detailed, really good data on the market. But when you get that data, what do the people want in your area? What they want you to say is, hey, listen, guys, so what I'm finding is, overall in the country, there's a shortage of inventory. Well, if I'm sitting in where I live, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I'm going, okay, what's that mean for me? So you got to then say, okay, now, so what does this mean for you here in Myrtle Beach? Or what does this mean for you here now in XYZ city or state? You got to narrow it down local, right? So that's what Anthony's talking about. And I agree with that. So you just got to help them understand local content, anything on the market. They want to know. They don't know what you know. I know you think they do, but they really don't. And they're interested to know. So don't hesitate. So I think what you said was great, Anthony.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank. That wraps up Frank's presentation this week in training. Thank you so much, Frank. Joy, any other questions or anything? Put it in the inbox and Frank will answer it next week. Thank you so much, Frank, for your time and taking time to train our office. Appreciate you.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
guys.
Frank.
Absolutely. Have a great week, everybody. Great to see you all.
Thank
All
you,
right. Thank you
Frank.
so much, Frank.
Thank you, Anthony.
So we're going to do our affiliates. I want to bring on our in-house first, then I'll toss it to Ruben. Our in-house lender is Greenpoint Mortgage. And I want to bring on Skip real quick to talk about some of the programs. We have a person in-house on the second floor, right next to Ruben's office, to answer or price any questions. So I'll bring on Skip. Skip's going to talk about some of the programs. I know next week he's going to have slides to talk about some of the stuff. Skip, the floor is yours.
Skip,
Skip,
you
I
have to unmute yourself.
think you're on mute, Skip. Skip, or you know,
Okay, yeah, no,
there you go.
can you
There
hear me
go,
now?
Skip. You can hear you.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. It's kind of interesting.
No worries.
But I just want to say good morning, everybody, and thank you for having us again on the meeting. Yeah, we do have a bunch of programs here and products, and I wanted to go over a quick presentation, but I'm not sure if, Anthony, you want me to share my screen?
Skip, you know what? We're in a time constraint this week, so let's go ahead and do it next week.
Okay.
And we're just going to go ahead and talk about our in-house lending on the second floor next to Ruben, and some of the value in the programs that you have.
Yeah, so some of the great value we have is we kind of do a shared philosophy with everybody that we have here, and it has to do with the service, that we are client service oriented. We have a strong belief of building wealth through home ownership. And I think that shares with Coldwell Bank. But not only that, is we have over 150 different products and suites here, all from conventional, FHA, VA, non-QM loans. Some of our great programs that we just got in is a conventional VOE, just verification of income and employment. And we do have some non-QM with 1 and 2 profit and loss statements, some bank statements, no income verification programs. And I think it's a great fit for the community out there and your lenders. So look forward to working with everybody. We'll be in the office on Wednesday, and I'll be more than happy to do my presentation with you guys next week.
And Skip, we're going to do a lunch and learn in a couple of weeks, right? And at George, so we'll coordinate that, and Ruben will send out the email with that as well.
Yeah, we do many workshops with everybody, so we put together presentation workshops for you. We can work with you with your clients.
All right, thank you so much, Skip. And again, that is our in-house lender on the second floor next to Ruben's office. I'm going to toss it back to Ruben to introduce the other affiliates. Ruben, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. So we're gonna move on with our normal affiliates so we can get to all of our agenda. But before I do that, I just want to say welcome aboard to Paul Villarreal, a new CBGR agent here. So wish you all the best. Happy birthday, upcoming birthdays to Oscar Castellon, Megan New, and Yolanda Ross. Also, Judy Chow, happy birthday, one of our affiliates, I believe so. And then some event reminders. This Wednesday, we're going to be having a commercial meeting, and that's going to be sponsored by Sage. That's going to be at 10 a.m. via Zoom. If you'd like to come on in person, you're more than welcome to. Wednesday at 1 p.m. that same day, we're going to have a lunch and learn hosted by Nicole at Fidelity National Title. That's going to be a continuation of our popular Total Farming. She's here in person too, so I'll let her chime in about that when we introduce our affiliates. And then Thursday is the first session of our commercial class series. You guys all know about that. We've been reminding our agents for the past 3-4 weeks. That'll be first of 6, okay? And then Friday training at 10 o'clock. I think we're gonna continue on the Moxie Works platform and engage. I'm also gonna touch base on the website. So if you don't have your website up, come on Friday and I'll show you how to easily publish your website, okay? We are gonna have a raffle today. I do have 2 names from last week. After the affiliates are introduced and Doug speaks and Peter speaks, I'll introduce who the winners are. We're also gonna have a drawing for 2 agents today. So please, if you have your name as iPhone, change it because you will not be entered into the drawing if it says iPhone, okay? One of the prizes fits the being that tomorrow is Valentine's Day. It's a 2-foot big stuffed animal with a big old heart. So and compliments of Mark Wu. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our affiliates. I don't have, let me see the view. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and start off with Mark Wu. We're going to start off with Mark Wu because he is in a time restraint. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a fabulous Super Bowl Sunday. Going with the theme of the week. If you don't have anybody that loves you, know that your insurance agent, Mark Wu, does. And you will love my service as well as my knowledge that I can assist your buyers with their home, condo, apartments, and insurance needs. Thanks for the privilege. And I'll be delivering this fine big bear to Arcadia to the winner. So have a great week, guys.
Thanks, Mark. That's a perfect gift for your loved one. So put in your name and we'll let you know who wins that. We're gonna go over to the birthday girl, Judy Chow. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Don't ask my age. I'm a grandmother. Anyway, we have Great Race, 30-year fix is at 5.65, 15, 5.125. Also, we do commercial loan. We finished a $1 million warehouse purchase. We're working on a $45 million apartment loan at 4.99. I think the rate's really good. Anyway, it's in Brentwood. And so if you have any questions, I speak Chinese and English. Please call me. Thank you.
4.99 for commercial?
Yes,
that's
we
unheard
just
of,
got that quote
Judy.
on Friday.
My God, this-
But it's a very
very
big
good
loan.
rate.
It's 42 million. It's not an
Nicole.
easy
Nicole.
product. It's a conduit.
Okay, great.
Conduit loan is where goes to Wall Street. They ask a lot of paperwork. I believe that one is a conduit. Anyway, so I hope they buy it. We can do the loan. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. I'm gonna hand it over to Nicole. She's here in person, so I'm gonna just let her say hi in my position.
My name is Mark.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. And since tomorrow is a Valentine's Day, I want to share a quote with you. Let the power of love feed you. And this is from Darren Hardy. So as Ruben mentioned, we are having a follow-up training. This is intermediate training to our Fidelity Total Farm. If you have not ordered your farm and you'd like me to provide that to you, let me know. I can upload this into your account. Then this way we can dive into how to target your farm area, what to do. And I look forward to seeing all of you on Wednesday at 1 o'clock on the 15th. Have a fantastic day. Keep us in mind for your title needs. We'd love to go to escrow with you. Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Nicole. Let's move on to Jacqueline Fong from I think Glen Oaks Escrow, right?
Yes, hi, it's Jacqueline and Betty at Glen Oaks Escrow in San Marino. we just wanted to share it to see if you know about the new law that passed that's effective on April 1st. It's called the Measure ULA, which is also known as the mansion tax. So it probably won't affect a lot of transactions, but it's good to know that in the city of LA, you do have county and city transfer tax. County is $1.10 per thousand, and the city is $4.50 per thousand. But effective April 1st, if you have a property that is selling from 5 million to 10 million or up to $10 million, you have to pay an additional 4% tax on the total sales price. And if it's 10 million and above, the additional tax will be 5.5%. So you want to keep that in mind that, you know, you're going to have to pay a lot more taxes when you sell the property.
That's
But,
yeah, that's correct. That's why the
Yeah.
45 million is in a hurry. They want to buy.
Yes, it takes effect April 1st
That's
of this
right.
year. And so you want to try to close that transaction before that. So if you have additional questions, please give us a call or have any other questions in regards to escrow. We're here to help you. Glen Oaks Escrow in San Marino. Thank you.
But that only applies to the city of Los Angeles,
That's
right?
correct. Yeah.
Correct. Only city of
Very-
So
LA.
if you're in
expensive.
Monterey Park or Arcadia, you're safe.
Yeah, you're so good.
Okay,
For right now, you're safe.
Yeah, for right now, yeah. I mean, you never
Yeah.
know, the LA County may adopt the ordinance, you know? That's crazy. You never know what LA.
And
County is
the
gonna do.
sad part is the voters passed it.
Yeah.
that's
I know.
true. Yep. All right, let's, thank you for that. Thank you for that information. Let's move on to Sam from, Sammy,
Hey, Ruben.
Home Guard.
Thank you for having me. I'm Sam Chow with Home Guard Inspections. At Home Guard, we do termite, roof, home, sewer, lateral, and swimming pool inspections. And Ruben, is it okay if later on I stop by your office and get your agent's email? I would love to give them each one $100 certificate from Home Guard that they can use
wow.
towards their inspection needs.
So
Of
we,
course.
Sam, we cannot give out the agent's emails to you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Maybe I'll just leave it there or something.
Yeah, you can come and talk to the agents, but you
Okay.
cannot give out the agent's email. Sorry.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.
What I can do is send out that offering and, thank you for
Yeah.
that as well. And then if
Okay.
the agent wants to take you up on that, they'll email you directly. How's
Got
that?
it. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Thank you so much.
All right, that sounds fair enough, okay?
Thank you.
Let's move on to Carol. Carol, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day for all those birds out there who are in love. Carol from Out of Five Lending Group, 27 years of experience. I'm still doing a lot of the 40-year interest only. So if you guys have any clients who are interested to lower those payments, give me a call. I speak Spanish. And we have all those great programs at the non-conforming too. So give me a call if you have any questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Carol. Let's move on to Nancy Chan. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Nancy Chan, lawyer's title, long time no see. Happy Valentine's. We still love our business, don't we? So let's try to do some farming and call your, like I said, call your clients, your old clients, your sphere of influence. This is, if you make 10 calls a day, I guarantee you'll get some response to buy something or some questions or to help them sell something. So 10 phone calls a day is not that hard. So thank you very much, Nancy Chan, lawyer's title, 40 years in the business. Thank you very much, Peter, Ruben,
Thank
everybody.
you, Nancy. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Judy.
You saw all
All
my
right.
food, right? You saw all my food.
All right, let's move on to Sandy Franco. Good morning.
Good morning, Nicole Baker George. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Hey, so Valentine's Day is also my oldest child's birthday. So I became a mom on Valentine's Day. So it's kind of a,
Wow.
and after like 16 hours labor, longest day in my life, but great gift, right? So it's a great day. If you guys really want to tackle this year, you need to get out in your farm. I have the door hangers, I have the plastic bags, and I like today's topic about doing reels. I have to push myself out of my comfort zone and do that as well. Maybe today was the push that I need to get that done. But if you guys want to get out and walk your farms, just call, text, or email me. I'll bring the door hangers. I'll mail the door hangers. I won't set them out on your farm for you, but I'll do everything else. Okay, so I'm here, I'm able to get you the stuff. Let's work together so we can have a really good 2023.
Thank you, Sandy. Let's move on to Sage. Good morning, Sage. I believe we have something going on Wednesday as well.
Yes, we do. Thank you and good morning to everyone. So this Wednesday at 10 a.m., you can come in person or you can view via Zoom, but we're going to have a commercial NHG class. It's really, really important. The natural hazard disclosure industry can affect your sale. So please be there in person or over Zoom. It is at 10 a.m. this week. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sage. I believe that's all our affiliates. Anthony, we already went through Skip, right?
Yeah, went
Clear
through
Point.
to Clear Point. Just want to remind you guys the importance of what Frank said about the reels and your social media. Just to recap real quick, sorry about that, Ruben. Find a time one day of the month just to create a lot of content and just release it every week, little by little, right? So it's important to just exactly what Frank said. Your reel, according to who your demographics is, to capture that call to action, right? So what is your call to action and what is your avatar? Create that avatar this week and figure out who's your ideal client. Who do you want to work with, right? Because I'm pretty sure sometimes as a hardworking realtor as us, we don't want to work with everybody, right? Not everyone's meant to be our client, right? So pay attention to your content, your pictures, your clear and concise messaging on social media. And I think Frank's going to go over that again and again next week till we I want you guys to be superstars, CB George, social media superstars, right? So with that said, Ruben, I don't know if you have any wrap ups for any updates with Alhambra, and we'll turn it off to Doug with any updates with Arcadia, and we'll wrap up the meeting.
Well, we still have to go to Peter, but let's hand it off to Doug, see if Doug has any updates for Arcadia or wants to say anything.
Do you want me to give the listings and sales now or not now, later, right?
We could do that at the very end.
Okay,
It's
well,
up
I
to
just
you.
want to say everything's fine here in Arcadia. In the interest of time, I'll sign it off to Peter. Thank you.
Okay, my turn?
It's your turn, Peter.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Ruben, and thank you, Doug, and thank you for Anthony. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. It was a good game. But time goes by very fast, and now it's the middle of February. If you have not acted on your business plan, it's time to do so. As I said, time goes by very fast, and if you don't put your action together, you will never going to materialize your dream. And also, all eyes are on the opening of China's reopening, and it's a big thing because it creates a lot of the trade and it creates a lot of tourism, and a lot of companies are going back to China now to do business, and China is a big economy, so it's going to have a big impact on our economy. And also on the other side of the equation, people are leaving China too to go to as a tourist, as a business investor, and also as a real estate investor too. So there will be a lot of money coming from the Asia Pacific, and that this is time to educate your client that is a good time to buy, and in fact it is a good time to buy. As Judy said, the mortgage rate is really low, only 5.65. That's very good for the buyers, and also it's a buyer's market because now you have more inventory, and the sellers are more willing to reduce the price. So if you have clients from the China or Asia Pacific, it's time to reconnect. Call them up and visit them and entertain them or whatever you do to get connection, and tell them, hey, this is the perfect time to invest in the real estate, and you'll be surprised how much money that they can bring into for the real estate investment. So be confident and work on your dreams. Okay, and 2023 can be very profitable for you. Back to you, Ruben.
All right. Before we get into, thank you, Peter, for those words. Before we get into the new business for the past week, wanted to let the agents know who won the drawings for last week. Nina Ning, congratulations. Your gift will be in my office. So please come see me. And they're nice little flashlights. You can carry it when you're showing houses or doing some night real estate work. And then also Thomas Wong, congratulations to you. These are the drawings from last week because I didn't have the time to do the drawing. For this week, I'm gonna have Edgar come on up. So this first one's gonna be the 2-foot bear compliments of Mark Wu. And just in time for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Oh, Nona Vardanian. Is that right? Did I pronounce that right, Nona? All right.
It's Nona.
So,
She's one of my special guests. She's gonna check it out.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess she
Okay,
won.
she still, she has to be present to win.
She's here. She's here.
Is she?
I saw
Nona?
her a minute ago,
Nona?
but now I
You
don't
know
see
what?
her.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
Nona, yeah, okay, there
She's
you
my
go.
special guest. There you go.
Congratulations, Nona.
And the second drawing is going to be a real estate T-shirt. It says "Who's your realtor" or something like that. That's compliments of Via Home Inspections, and that goes to Anna Say, and she's so the Anna. I'll have your gift here in my office. However, the stuffed animal, the 2-foot stuffed animal, will be available for pickup in Arcadia. Okay. All right, well, congratulations to you guys. Don't forget to pick up your stuff in my office. I have quite a few that are piling up, so please come pick them up. And let's move on to new business from last week. The listing report from last week. Congratulations to Karina. She has 2. She has a land listing in Hesperia for $228,000, and she also has a commercial lease in San Gabriel for it's between $600 and $1,000. It's a range, $600 to $1,000 a month. Congratulations on those 2 listings, Karina. Also, Ruben Rodriguez also has 2 listings as well, both residential, actually both in Paris as well. One is for $425,000 and the other is for $559,990. So if anybody has any clients that are looking to move to Paris, please contact Ruben Rodriguez, okay? Carlos Ruiz, he has a residential income property in Pomona for 1.3 million. So congratulations, Carlos, on your new listings. Sunshine also has a new lease in Pasadena for $26.50 a month. Congratulations on that, Sunshine. Also, Anthony, congratulations to you. He has a listing in Tahunga for $758,000, which I believe you put into escrow already, right, Anthony?
Yeah, we did. So can I share something real quick? So the marketing piece that we have here is very important. I think the pictures and just the general marketing as far as letting the momentum know about your listing, right? So that one, for example, the picture quality is very important. That was a fixer. But the way the photographer captured the photos, it didn't look like a fixer. It drew a lot of attention, right? So that's something we want to talk about, how CBGR can provide you some great photos, some great marketing, guys. I left my email there, guys, antwin1976@gmail.com to reach out to me so I can go over marketing stuff that the whole office that we're going to provide for you. And we'll give you some more information on that. So back to you, Ruben. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, it is important to take some good pictures. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep scrolling to the next property. Congratulations, Shumay and Xavier, for a lease in Alhambra for a value of $61,608. That's all we have for this week as far as Alhambra. I'm gonna hand it over to Doug so he can go over his new business in Arcadia. Doug, all yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. First of all, Ruben, I want to tell you, I've talked to the sign guy, the sign company, and also a couple of lenders, and he said he can't keep up with all the signs that are going up. So there are a lot of listings coming in. If we're not getting them, somebody is. So we, great time to go out and get listings, guys. We're going to go into a good market. I talked to a couple lenders. They said their loan application rates are way up right now, the ones I've talked to. So I think there's going to be a lot of business coming up. So let's get to work on that. And also to my Arcadia agents that are on here, because of the commercial meeting, please come into the agent only meeting Thursday at 9:30. So for the next 3 months, that meeting will be at 9:30 on Thursday. Listings, well, the first one's really cool. Carmen Shoemaker listed a property in Lakewood, a condo for $390 and then sold it within a week. So it's already sold. Gary Lee has got a lease in San Gabriel. Young Chin has a couple leases, both commercial leases. Zarina Carrillo has a property out in Cathedral City. Never too far to go for a listing, guys. We're agents in California, so go anywhere. Nick Borelli did a lease in Pasadena. Amy Wang got a house for sale in Pasadena on Coronet. The price is $1,588,000. Teresa Choi in Whittier, Friendly Hills, $1,750,000. And Amy Wang in LA units, $2,390,000. Also, I want to mention Camellia Vera double-ended her lease over on Main Street in Alhambra. Suki Husky had a listing sale in Fullerton, $1,730,000. And Oscar, man, double-ended this baby. 1 week escrow, Roosevelt Avenue in Pasadena, $800,000 double-ender.
Nice.
Arcadia's cooking, guys.
Looking good.
See you Thursday.
Hey, looking good, Doc. Good job.
Thank you.
Very good. Congratulations to all our agents. Good success. The business is out there, the buyers are getting a little bit more comfortable. They're coming back to the market, which is going to help both buyers and sellers. So you just got to get your name out there, be top of mind, right? All right. Any questions before we end our session for this week? For Peter, myself, Doug, Anthony? No? All right, go make some reels, post it on Instagram, Facebook, and let's get some business. Okay, guys?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice week, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next week. Bye-bye.